Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Trojan Football 1989. Tonight, the Trojans have taken their show to Juniata, where we will meet the Indians of Juniata in a Monday night football game. The football game scheduled for Friday night postponed due to the Hurricane Hugo, which never really developed into very much, but did make a bunch of the games postponed till Monday evening. So here we are. We're currently waiting for the Juniata Indian football team to arrive at the ball field here now. The Trojans are here and ready to go, and presumably Juniata will be here in just a second. Trojans will get two of something tonight, as we have a 1 win, 1 loss, and 1 tie record going into tonight's football game, so we'll surely come out of here with 2 something or other, and they're looking to put the second 2 up in the win column tonight. The Juniata Indians, on the other hand, are 0-3 going into tonight's football game. Lost a tough football game to Millersburg, extra point being the difference in that football game. And so maybe the Indians are not as bad as their 0-3 record would indicate. But we'll find out here in just a little bit now, as the officials are patiently waiting. They changed the kickoff time to a 7:30 start. And official down here checking his watch now, and it could be that Juniata will get a little bit of a delay of the start of the game penalty here, but we'll see. They've been waiting now for several minutes, and the ball team is just now ready to come in on the south side of the field. So we'll be set to go with the toss of the coin and then the opening kickoff in just a second, as the Indians come onto the ball field now. So we'll be ready with the captains meeting at midfield here in just a second. Tonight's weather is very, very mild. A nice evening for a football game. There is some weather coming a little bit later on. We're hoping that the rain will hold off until after the football game, but right now the field looks in excellent condition. As the co-captains meet out here, it'll be Shadle for UDA, one of the co-captains, along with number 34, Gene Rickard.
At running back, number 34,
so we'll get the toss of the coin here in just a second. Looks like everybody should be ready to play. The ball club with an extra 2 days to rest up here over the weekend and prepare for this Monday night game. We've had other Monday night games postponed due to weather. And here's the flip of the coin as we get set for this Monday night. Looks as though Juniata may have won the toss. However, the official will give us the official indication here in just a second. Trojans are backing up with their backs towards the south goal here. And it looks like Juniata has won the toss, and they have elected to receive. So the 0-3 Juniata Indians will receive the kickoff to begin tonight's ball game. Trojans will be kicking from left to right or from south to north here at the Indian Stadium. We're set to go with the opening kickoff in just 1 second.
At wingback, number 33, Don Siders. At fullback, number 43, Greg Bell.
Trojans should be, as far as I know, completely healthy, as they have Rich Shadle at the quarterback spot. One of the running backs will be Rickard. The other one would be Todd Ayers. And Jason Undercuffler, I believe, will be in the slot as a slot back tonight for UDA. Chip Wetzel generally plays one of the split end positions, and Tim Ressler, the tight end for UDA on the offense. However, we're going to look at the defense as we begin the game now. Gene Rickard will be teeing the ball up for the Trojans on their own 40-yard line, getting set here for the opening kickoff.
The kickoff for the Indians, for the Trojans, number 34, Gene Rickard.
Pick up some of the Indian ball players as we go along here now. 23, Snook is the deep man in the middle back for the Indians to receive this Gene Rickard kickoff. And we're about set to go here now. Trojans need to get that second victory here tonight, and it looks as though they have a good opportunity. We shall see. Here's the opening kick. It's going to go over on the left side and go out of bounds over there, so that'll be a 5-yard penalty for the Trojans, or on the Trojans, I mean, if indeed they elect to take the penalty and have a re-kick, and I wouldn't know why they wouldn't, but field position is at the 25-yard line, so they're going to kick it again, and that'll back the Trojans up to the 35. Gene kind of shanked that one off to the left side over there, so he'll get to tee it up in a 35. Maybe he can get a better kick this time. Illegal procedure is the call. Problem is kicking it out of bounds, so the ref will take it back to the 35. It'll be a re-kick.
5 yards before their re-kick.
Time, of course, did not move as the ball was untouched by the Indians, so we just try it again. See if Gene can get a good one off this time. He's ready. Team appears ready, so here we go. This time it's a line drive kick. Gonna be taken out here by a close man, and he drags it ahead here to the
Ball returned by Adam
30 or 45-yard line, something like that, 46-yard line, so it'll be first and 10. Real line drive kick that time. Didn't get more than about 8 or 9 feet off the ground, and it was picked up by one of the upbacks, and he delivered it to the 46-yard line, so it's first and 10 for Juniata on their own 46-yard line. Excellent field position for the Indians to start the ball game. Here's a handoff coming around this side and gaining about 5 or more, about 9, as he rambles into the Trojan territory, and he's down at the Trojan 46-yard line. Picked up about 8 on the play. So it'll be second down and 2. Nice run that time by Siders. Quarterback for the Indians is a man named Marshall. He has Siders and Snook in the backfield with him. Also Bell back there is one of the running backs. So here's Marshall, the quarterback. Hands it off to Bell this time, and he's got a lot of running room. Dives across the 40-yard line, inside the 40 to the 38. First down for the Indians. So the Indians getting a good drive going here now, testing the Trojan defense early.
Greg Bell on the carry, good for Indians first down.
Bell took that one for about 7 or 8 yards. So some big gains made in here early by these Indians. Marshall sets him up at the Trojan 36. Handoff over this time. He comes, still sweeping around the left side. Here's Bell, escaping a lot of Trojan tacklers. Gets all the way down to the 22-yard line for another first down for the Indians. So the Trojan defense looking very porous here early in the ball game. Jeff Lenz comes up and finally bumps him out of bounds, but he's at the 24-yard line. Line's a little hard to make out up here because everybody stands in front of the markers. At any rate, Marshall going to work on a first down at the 24 of UDA. Pitch over here to 23. He scrambles ahead down to the 20-yard line. Gain of about 3 or 4 on the play. Looks like he picked up 4. It'll be second down and 6.
Snook for a gain.
It was Snook that time, ran that ball.
Brings up second and 6.
It'll be second and 6. Ball down at the 20-yard line. Setting him up over in the far side now. Here's a handoff coming around this way and running right into a good tackle that time by number 89 out there, I think it was. Let's see, that's that big tight end. I think for the Trojans. Let me see. 85, Troy Klinger. Okay, I thought it looked like 89, but no, it was Troy. Okay, Troy with a good stop that time. No gain on that play, so it's the third down and 6. First time this evening the Trojans have stopped the Indians. Marshall sends 32 in motion over to the far side. He's looking to pass one. He's got a man out there, but it's incomplete. Intended out there for Snook.
Pass is incomplete for Marshall.
But that'll bring up a fourth down now. So the Trojans holding them here now at the 40 or at the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20-yard line. So it'll be fourth down and 6 now. Big play for the Trojan defense. Marshall that time simply did not throw the ball very well. Snook had no chance of receiving that pass. So it'll 4th and 6 now from the Trojan 21. Here's a reverse and into the grasp of several Trojans, not the least of who is Gene Rickert. 85 in there again, Klinger. Todd Ayers coming up, and number 31, Sean Kerry Weist
on the tackle
coming up. So
Juniata turns the ball
that'll be
down.
a 4th down, and it'll give the Trojans a 1st and 10 now. The UDA held on the 22-yard line, so it'll be 1st and 10 UDA on their own 22. Richie Shadle will be the quarterback. He's got Ayers set up in the backfield. Todd's got it. Comes up the middle for a couple, out over the 25 to the 26-yard line. Gain of about 4 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and
Todd Ayers on the carry.
6. Drove the ball out to the 26. So a good run that time for Todd. We'll see now what Shadle does with it. Rich has got it, hands it off over here, and going up the middle is Rickert. And Gene picks up a couple more, maybe 2. Bring up a 3rd and 4.
Carry by 34, Rickert for a short gain.
3rd down and 4. The ball is up now at the 30 or 20. But the 27-yard line, I guess. Again, hard to see. Here comes Shadle with a Rich. Oh, makes a good move on a man over here on the end and goes all the way out here to the 42 or 3-yard line. They're going to spot it at about the 43. So Shadle with a 1st down on a good run. Really faked out the left defensive end here for Juniata. Good. Fake that time by Rich.
Ball on the upper Dauphin 43-yard line.
Brings up a 1st and 10. From the UDA 43. Shadle's got it. Gives it off here now to Rickert. Again, I think it's Rickert. And Gene this time. Or is it Gene? Let's see. No? Yeah. I guess it. Well, I'm not sure. That was Undercuffler, I think. At any rate.
26, Undercuffler on the carry.
Jason with it.
Tackle by Ted
Loss of about 1 that time as they threw him back to the 40.
Brings up 2nd and 11.
2-yard line. 2nd down and 11. 2 flankers on the near side of the field on the first passing play. Nope, Shadle hands it off and trying to go up the middle here, and a penalty will be called as a flag is thrown. Penalty against somebody. And I'm not sure.
Upper Dauphin keeps possession.
No, I guess he was just marking the ball. Okay, no flag. No gain on the play either. Well, actually, gain of 1. To the 43-yard line, we'll call it. So it'll be 3rd down and 10. Got the yard back that they lost last time. So it'll be about 3rd and 10. Okay, Shadle's flankers are both out on the far side of the field this time. Back split in the backfield. Shadle back to pass, getting a rush. And now he's going to scramble around the right side here. Richie's got a bunch of yardage, and he's still on his feet. Finally goes out of bounds down here at the 40-yard line, or maybe the 38-yard line. So Rich, with a good scramble that time, gets out of trouble and brings the ball down to the 38-yard line. Rich with a good run that time. Looked as though he might have got trapped in the backfield and instead scrambled around the right side here and picked up some good yardage. Picked up about 16, 17 yards on the play. And it'll be 1st and 10. Wetzel, the flanker on the near side of the field this time for the Trojans. Power I formation. Up the middle goes Rickert down to the 35-yard line. That's a gain of about 4. Be 2nd down and, well, good for 3. 3 actually.
41 Coder on the tackle.
Be 2nd down and 7. Ball just shy of the 35-yard line. Trojans with a good drive going here now. Shadle pitches it over here to Rickert. Gene going to try to turn the right side. Is tackled immediately in there by number 63 on a good tackle, along with 23 for the Indians. Gene nailed that just about the line of scrimmage. Might have gained 1. Got it down to the 35-yard line. Not much on that play. And Clark with a good stop for the Indians. Once again now, The flanker on the near side is Chip Wetzel. Shadle still has it, passes it back over there to Rickard. Rickard going to turn around the left side, bops into number 33 over there, and gains a couple of yards, but not enough for the first down. He's going to be short. It's got the ball down to the 20 or to the 31-yard line, something like that.
Brings up 4th down and 2.
Be 4th down and 2, just a little bit short out there. 4th and 2. So the
Ball on the Juniata
Indians
31-yard
ran
line.
the ball down to the Trojan 22-yard line before they stalled, and the Trojans now with a big 4th and 2. Power I formation in the backfield. Shadle sets him up, and he's still got it. Pitches it back here, and he's in trouble as Rickard's going to be stopped on the option. Gene's got it and cannot get back to the line of scrimmage, and so the ball will turn over here now to the Indians. So both clubs putting on some good defense. 5 minutes, 26 seconds remaining in the first period. No score. Juniata will go on offense for the second time this evening. So both teams showing some good offense and then sputtering fairly deep in the other team's zone. So here we go. Pitch back. Looks like an option pass. You got to fire one deep down here. We got a Trojan out here. And it's in, no, not intercept, in and out of the hands of both Lentz and Shadle, who were out here defending on the play. Lowry was the intended receiver on the halfback pass, and goes as an incompletion. It'll be 2nd and 10. Stops the clock with 5:05 remaining in the first period. Pretty good defense out there that time. I thought maybe the Trojans might pick that off, as they had 3 defenders back there on that play, but falls as an incompletion. No one caught it. Here's a handoff to 43. Wow, turning around the right side. If he can get away from a couple of guys over there. He's dragged down by Jeff Lentz. Or is it Rich Shadle? I'm not sure here. Let's see. No, Shadle. Rich got a hold of the sweater and slowed him up till he could get some help over there. But another nice run by that number 43 out there, Bell.
Ball rests on the Indians' 49-yard line.
4 minutes, 50 seconds remaining in the first quarter. They're playing out in front of us here now at the 48-yard line. Hamilton sets him up for the Indians. Pitches over here to number 23, Snook. He gets a good yardage on good second effort down to the Trojan 46-yard line. Gained about 5 that time on a nice run. But that's Snook. Picked up actually 6. Be 2nd down and 4. Ball right at the 46-yard line of UDA.
Klinger on the tackle.
Troy Klinger again given credit for the stop in the secondary, and he drug a bunch of Trojans with him. Here's another handoff, and wait a minute. No, he's passing it. Jumps one downfield. It's complete. Tackle made in there by Richie Shadle, but pass to Lowry is complete down at the Trojan 31-yard line.
Good down to the Upper Dauphin 31-yard line.
So it'll be 1st and 10 now for the Indians. Pretty darn interesting football game unfolding here now, I would say, Fred. Good football game. All right. 1st and 10. The Indians down at the UDA 31. Time temporarily called as Gene Rickard a little bit shaken up on that play, but Gene will be back. He'll be back. And the ball at the 31, 1st and 10. Again, Trojan defense called upon here to tighten up here now. The handoff to the second guy, and he's tackled very nicely in there by Rich Kerwin. 32 pulled down by Richie Kerwin on a good tackle that time.
Tackle on the play by 42, Kerwin.
That's going to bring up a 2nd down and 12 now as the ball spots itself back at the 33-yard line. Excellent job by sophomore Rich Kerwin. Okay, 2nd down and 12. Marshall, the quarterback. Might have called him Hamilton before, but anyway, Marshall. Okay. He hands it off. Here's 43 with it, Bell, and he gets maybe a yard or so back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll bring up a 3rd and 10.
43, Bell on the carry.
Not much going that time. Might have picked up
by the middle of the Upper Dauphin
1 or
line.
2. Big number 72 in there, Brian Mace, getting up off of the pile there.
Brings brings up third down.
He and Tom
11.
Paul in there anchoring the center of that Trojan line. Matt Raybuck in there also, right behind the line. Okay, so here we go. Marshall has it. Look, 32's got it. He gets tackled over there after he goes inside the 30 to about the 28. Looked like 62 might have come up there and made the stop for the Trojans. I believe it was him. And
good for a gain of 4.
62 is that Dennis Bingaman.
Brings up fourth down, 6.
Sport Bingaman coming up making the stop that time.
Ball
Fourth
on the
and
27
6
yard
now.
line.
So another good defensive stand here by the Trojans after they allowed the Indians to move. Here's Marshall looking to pass, rolling out on the right side. He's got a man out there, and it's complete. A heck of a catch.
Pass from Marshall to Bell, complete.
Bell is the receiver on that one. Rich Shadle, the defender. But Bell made the catch for a first down. Down at the Trojan 19. So first and 10. Juniata now on the 19. A big 4th and 6 completion that time from Marshall to Bell. Trojans again having to dig in here now. We've got 1 minute and 40 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Marshall sets him up. Handoff. Over here goes number 23, Snook. He dives down to the 15-yard line. Inside the 15 to the 14. They'll spot it's first and... second down and 5. Gain 5 on the play.
Gain of 5. Brings up second down and 5 for the Indians.
Excellent run that time by that Snook.
On the Upper Dauphin 14-yard line.
So here we go now from the UDA 14 on a 2nd and 5. Marshall sets his horses up in the backfield, all 3 of them back there. Handoff is to Snook again, and he dives down to the 10. It'll be awfully close to a first down. If it isn't a first down, let's see where they spot it. Going to be very close. In fact, it looks as though they would have to measure it from here, but let's see. Nope. Going to call it a third down and inches. Not sure how come they didn't measure that. It's got to be very close. Third and very, very short is right. So we'll see what they do here. See if Tom and Brian can stack them up here. Here goes Snook with it. And he's got the first down as he rolls off the left side here to the 13-yard line.
Snook on a carry.
Or rather to the 8-yard line. And it will be first and goal for the Indians.
First down.
First and goal for the Indians from the 8.
All on the Upper Dauphin 7-yard line.
Or 7, whatever. So the Tigers, or the, no, sorry, Fred. The Indians, I mean. Okay, the Juniata Indians with the first big threat of the ball game now. First and goal to go from the 7. Time running out here, so they're going to change field positions here in just a moment. In fact, there goes the horn. They won't get the play off. So that'll end a scoreless first quarter, but the Indians very definitely threatening now with a first and goal on the UDA 7-yard line. Back in just a moment. Okay, we're set to begin the second period now with the red-coated Indians here on a first and goal from the 7. Here's a pitch back here to 32, and he's going to go in for the touchdown as he dives in past a couple of would-be defenders. 23, Snook, takes it in for the touchdown. That came with 11 minutes 55 seconds remaining in the first half, and the Juniata Indians have taken a 6-0 lead. Well, I'll tell you, either that Trojan defense has lit up just a little bit tonight, or the Indians are not playing like an 0-3 football team. But it's a long way to go here yet, so let's see if the Trojans can come back now and get back into this thing real quick. Here's the snap on the extra point try. Kick is up, kick is good. So it's 7-0, and that's been one of the downfalls of the Trojans here lately. Their inability to score the extra point. So let's go get 7, kids. Let's go get them, fellas. All right, I think both teams have felt each other out now. Both teams have penetrated deep. Of course, The Indians penetrating deeper than Trojans, obviously, at this point. But at any rate, I think the Trojans now are set. They're ready to go. They're going to have Todd Ayers, Gene Rickert back deep to receive the kick for UDA. Justin Adams, one of the shorter fellas. I do mean that in every way. He's the second line back, along with number 81 over there, Manning.
Tony Siders to kick for the Indians.
So Siders will kick off for the Indians now, who lead 7-0.
Ayers and Rickert back deep for Upper Dauphin.
See what kind of a kicker Siders is here. Line drive kick, going to be taken out there by Manning. And he's up here to the 35-yard line, I think it is. Yeah, I think it's about at the 35.
Kick is brought back by number 31, Weiss.
Oh, Weist it was, okay. Kerry Weist on the run back. Sorry about that. I thought it was 81. It was actually 31. So Kerry Weist with the run back to the 36-yard line. Justin Adams, the flanker on the near side of the field here now for UDA as we get set to go in this series. Here's Shadle with it. He's handing it off and going over the right side. Over there is Todd Ayers. Todd with a good drive that time. Picks up a bunch. Got 7. Nice run that time by Todd. His best run of the evening so far, I believe. So he picked up about 7.
Brings up a second down.
It'll be 2nd and 3 now. The ball out here at the 42-yard line. Get Todd running through some of these guys now and should make a difference. Power I formation. Handoff is to Justin Adams. He stops, puts the brakes on, dives ahead, back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gained 1 out to the 46-yard line. Goes Justin. He got himself
16, Justin
almost
Adams
no yardage. Back to the line of scrimmage was about as good as Justin could do that time.
Gain of 1.
So it'll bring up a 3rd and 3 yet. Might have gained a half, but
3rd down and 2.
it's an awful long 2. Adams and Wetzel, the flankers on the near side of the field this time. Here's a handoff. There goes Todd Ayers, busted into the Indian territory at the Indians' 46-yard line. Todd with a good run that time. Another good run. So Todd's had 2 in a row here now. 2 nice runs.
46-yard line.
Ball's on the Indian 46. Ayers and Rickert in the backfield. Here's Rickert with the ball. Gene up the middle. He's got a couple guys to beat. Rickert all the way down here, and he's going to be thrown out of bounds at the, let's see,
Number 34, Gene Rickert,
10, 15, about the 19-yard line, something like that. Rickert with an excellent run. So it's going to be one of those games, I do believe, as the Trojans appear to be coming right back here now with some good offense. The ball is spotted at the 20-yard line. 5, 10, 15. Yeah, that's the 20-yard line. Timeout called by the Indians now. The ball is 1st and 10 for UDA on the Indian 20-yard line as Coach Hain comes in here to give the boys some words here. Right back now. We've got 9:54 remaining in a 7-0 ball game. Juniata Indians up by 7 here in the second period of play. Be right back. Okay, the timeout is over. The ball's on the 20, and UDA going to work here now. 1st and 10. Wrestler, the tight end on the far side of the field. Here's a handoff to Ayers again. Todd ahead to the 15-yard line.
Number 22, Ayers.
See where they spot it. Nice run that time again by Todd. Picked up about 4 down to the 16-yard line. So it'll be 2nd down and 6 for the Trojans. About a 2nd and 6. Handoff. Here goes Justin Adams. He gets down to about the 13-yard line. Gain of maybe 1 or 2 on the play. Let's see. Justin took that down to the 12, picked up 4. Nice run that time by Justin. Bring up a third down and 2.
Ball on the Indians' 12-yard line.
3rd and 2. This time Justin will flank out wide on the far side of the field. Ayers and Rickert lined up in the power eye in the back. It's Ayers with it. Todd inside the 10 to about the 8. Looks like it's going to be close to a first down, as Todd gained a couple there. They spot it back to the 9-yard line. It's going to be first and goal for the Trojans. A first and goal now for UDA with 8:43 remaining here in the first half.
Ball on the Indians' 9-yard
Trojans
line.
now seeking to tie up the ball game or perhaps go ahead. They trail by 7-0. Shadle with it. Gonna give it to Ayers again. Ayers still has the ball, dives down to the 6. And it'll be 2nd and 6. Todd gained about
22 Ayers on the carry.
3 or so on the play.
86 Rich Lowry on the
It'll
tackle.
be 2nd and goal from the 6.
Good for a gain of
This
about
is where
3.
the things get tough.
Brings up 2nd down and 6.
And the Trojan
for the
offense
Trojans.
has got to get tough. Todd Ayers really having a good series here now. Here's Rickert with it. Gene going to go down for the touchdown. All right, Gene Rickert with a 6-yard run for the
Number
TD.
34.
Good job that time by
Gene
Rickert,
Rickert on the
following
carry.
Ayers inside there, and Gene gets the 6 we needed. And we've got a 7-6 ball game. Now that score came with 7:55 remaining in the first half. Timeout called by somebody. Trojans, I guess, called timeout.
Timeout over Dauphin.
Timeout UDA. Okay, it's a 7-6 game, and the Trojans are going to talk over this elusive extra point. See if we can make one here. Be right back and find out. Well, Coach Hain has left the timeout huddle here, so the play has been called, and we'll see what the Trojans elect to do. It looks like they'll go for 2. They've been unsuccessful all year, as I said before, on the extra point, so we're going to try to get a 2-pointer here. Shadle's setting them up. Here it is. Rich looking to pass one. He's going to dump one into the end zone. It is incomplete, and we have yet to score a touchdown. Now, it looks as though Todd Ayers thinks he
Shadle's pass
caught
was
that,
incomplete.
but at any rate, they say no. And
Score Juniata 7, Upper
it
Dauphin
remains
6.
UDA, or Juniata 7, and the Upper Dauphin Trojans 6. But they'll be back again, and we'll score several more times, get a couple more chances to tack on that extra point. 7:49 remaining here in the first half. Trojans trailing now by 1. 7-6 to these Juniata Indians. Good ball game. Okay, Gene Rickert, who scored the UDA touchdown, first one of the evening, will tee it up here at the 40-yard line. Snook will be the deep man back for the Indians.
Number 34, Rickert to kick off for Trojans. Back deep, number 23, Todd Snook for the Indians.
See if Gene can get a good kickoff here now. Here we go, I think. Nope. Time's called as not exactly sure what happened here, but at any rate, time is momentarily called as the officials confer here on the sidelines. Not sure what the question might be, but at any rate, no, the clock apparently kept running. Maybe they're going to add 5 or 10 seconds to the clock, as the clock had run down. The clock shows 7:47. Oh no, now they're going to let it run down. Well, now I'm not sure what's happening. I guess they can't add to it. They must be able to just take them off. Okay. Referee now will go over and inform Coach Hain as to clock situation. Apparently the field clock is incorrect at the moment, and I think it should read 7:57. instead of 7:47, so they're going to correct it. Okay. At any rate, Gene Rickard still has the ball teed up at the 40-yard line following his 6-yard score. And we'll be back with the kick here in just a second. Yes, they've reset the clock here now to 7:55. Okay, so we've got 7 minutes and 55 seconds remaining in the first half. They've given us back 8 seconds, or 10 seconds, something like that. Okay, here we go. Rickard with the kick. Wobbly kick. Going to spin around and go out of bounds again over at the 30-yard line. I don't know if this is supposed to be a planned kick or what, but yeah, it almost looked like an onside kick. As Gene really not getting anything into the kickoff tonight so far. Trojans will again be penalized 5 yards, and will kick it this time from the 35-yard line. Twice we have been unable to get the kickoff to stay in bounds. So illegal procedure is the call, and the referee will spot the ball back at the 35.
35-yard line.
Somehow or another, Gene has an affinity for the 35-yard line, I guess. He's going to try it again here now. Last time he was successful in getting it off, but it was awful short. So we'll see what happens here now. Here's the kick this time. Another low bounding kick going to be taken out here at the 35. He's at the 40 and still on his feet is number 41. Bounces off on a couple of tacklers, still on his feet, and gets out to the 45-yard line.
Return by number 41, Adam Potter.
Adam Potter for the Indians would not go down, and gives the Indians excellent field position again now as they've got it on their own 45. So the Trojan kicking game is very, very limp here, to say the least, this evening, giving the Indians excellent field position. Only about a 5 or 6 yard run back that time, but the ball only got to the 45-yard line, so, or to the 40-yard line, whatever. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Marshall sets him up. He's looking to pass, running over here on the right side. Dumps one off over here. It is complete, and he is knocked down immediately. That's at Snook, I think. Knocked down by Rich Shadle. No, Pell was the receiver. And Rich Shadle come up and made the stop on Pell, and Pell a little bit shaken up on that play, walks back just a little bit wobbly looking. It'll be a 2nd down and 7. It was complete for 3 yards out to the 47-yard line, 48-yard line. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 7. Marshall hands it off. Up the middle goes Bell again with it, I think it is. And he gets across the midfield stripe to the 48-yard line of UDA. Gain of about 4 on the play. It'll bring up a 3rd and a short 3.
72 Mace on the tackle.
Brian Mace making the stop for UDA. Picked up 3. 3rd and 3. They're in UDA territory now at the 48-yard line of Upper Dauphin. 6 minutes, 19 seconds remaining in the first half. Marshall hands it off here to Snook. He is grabbed in there very nicely by a couple of Trojans who spin him around down there. 42, Rich Kerwin coming up there, and 73 making a good stop in there for UDA. That's that Matt Raybuck.
Play by number 73, Raybuck.
Raybuck and
4th down and 2.
Kerwin making the stop that time. Matt had a good grab of the leg, and then Rich come up and finished him off. It'll be 4th down and 2. So an important play here now for Juniata, as the ball is only at the Trojan 47-yard line, and they're going to go for it on a 4th and 2. It's going to be one of those games. Here's Marshall, hands it back here to Snook, and Snook is met immediately, and he did not make the first down. As Rich came up, the pair of Riches here, Rich Shadle and Rich Kerwin come up and stop it right there. So Upper Dauphin will get the ball here now in excellent field position at their own 46-yard line, as the Indians elected to go for a 4th and 2, and the Trojans stopped them short. Ball spotted actually at the 46, so it'll be 1st and 10 UDA from their own 46-yard line. Very interesting call here with a lot of time remaining. It looks like both coaches maybe feel that there's going to be a lot more scoring in the ball game. I don't know. At any rate, Shadle sets him up, gives it over here to Rickert, and Gene ahead to the 50-yard line, picks up 4. It'll be second down and 6.
Making the tackle for the
Ball
Indians,
just slightly inside Indian territory by about a foot.
Second down and 6. Ball on the 50-yard line.
Second and 6 now. Chip Wetzel, the flanker on the near side. Power I formation in the back again for UDA as they use that power running. Here goes Ayers. Todd still on his feet, driving into the Indian territory down to the 40-yard line. Another good run by Todd Ayers. It'll be a first down.
Todd Ayers for the
Todd
Trojans.
with a heck of a nice run that time. Picked up about 7 or 8. And gives the UDA Trojans a first down here now on the Indian 40. Flankers spread out wide on both sides of the field this time for the Trojans. Here goes Ayers up the middle again, inside the 40, bent backwards at the 39-yard line. Not much on that play, maybe a yard.
22 Ayers on the tackle.
As they make the stop after a gain of a long one. Be second down and 9.
Gain of 2. Number 88, Muma on the tackle for the Indians.
Okay, we'll see what Rich comes up with here now on a second down and a long 9. Shadle's got it. Dumps it over on the far side to Rickert. Gene has it, still on his feet. Gains a couple of yards. Down to the 40, or to the 37-yard line. Picked up about 3 or so on the play. It'll be third down and 6.
86 Rich Lowry on the tackle for the Indians.
In about 3, it'll be third and 6. Ball now at the 37-yard line. 3 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in the first half. Trojans trailing 7-6. And here we go on a big 3rd and 6. Shadle back to pass. Looking over the middle. Dumps one out there. It's incomplete. Making the defensive maneuver on the play is number 33. It was intended out there for Jeff
Broken up
Lentz.
on the play by number 33, Donnie Ziders.
But Ziders with a good defensive play out there did not allow Lentz to bring that one in. It's a 4th and 5, and timeout's going to be called now by Upper Dauphin, as UDA will apparently go for it here, and they're only on the Juniata 37-yard line. So offense, the name of the game tonight. We'll be right back. Okay, both teams going to show that they do have some offense, I guess, as Coach Hain leaves on a 4th and 6 from the 37-yard line. Shadle sets him up. Spreading out on the right side goes one man. Here goes Shadle back to pass. He's looking, getting a big rush. Fires one down there, and it's incomplete. Overthrown. Intended out there for number 24, I believe, Chip Wetzel was the intended receiver. I'm not really sure. At any rate, Rich that time got one heck of a rush on him, and he was unable to really get the pass off with real good accuracy. He overthrew everybody. So the ball goes over now on another 4th down play. Be 1st and 10 for Juniata on their 36. All right, so Marshall will set up his Juniata Indians. He hands it off. Over there is Snook with it. Going to go around the left side, and he runs into a good tackle out there by Rich Shadle, Jeff Lentz. Comes up and makes a good stop on him. But Snook gained about 9 on the play. It'll be second down and 1. Brought the ball out now to the 45-yard line. 2 minutes, 32 seconds remaining. Clock moving here. Ball right at the 45-yard line now of the Juniata Indians. Here's Marshall. Pitches it back. The ball's dribbled once. He picks it back up again. Going to try to turn this side over here, and he's tackled by Rich Shadle. Siders had that ball go back. Looked like an Australian rules football game there for a second. He dribbled it once, bounced right back up to him. And he picked it up and got the first down. Gained 4 on the play. Just enough for the first down. 2 minutes, 10 seconds remaining, and timeout is going to be called.
Officials timeout.
As we have a Trojan who needs a little bit of repair out here. Jeff Lentz trying to help out here along with the official. I can't really see who the young lad is that needs the service, but 86. Okay, that's Brian Bellis. And they put Brian back together again, so he's okay. And here we go. 2 minutes, inside of 2 minutes now remaining in the first half. 7-6, Indians of Juniata. Indians got the ball right at the 49-yard line. Marshall hands it back over here to Snook. He dives ahead to the 45-yard line of UDA.
23 Snook on a carry.
On a nice run. Gained about 5, and it'll be a 2nd down and 5. Minute 38 remaining. Dennis Lanker coming up and making the stop that time. Denny in there at a defensive end or linebacker position, whatever. Okay, here's Marshall with it. He hands it off and trying to go up the middle with it. Snook this time. He gets about 2 down to the 30 or down to the 43-yard line.
Of the upper Dauphin line.
Mace in there making the stop along with Tom Paul.
Good for a short gain. Brings
Not
up
much
third
gain
down
on that
2.
one. It's 3rd and 2. 3rd and about 3 almost. A long 2 anyway. Ball on the 43-yard line. Marshall pitches it back here. Here's Snook again, dancing ahead to the 40-yard line. That's going to be enough for the first down, where the guy has the spot. Linesman on this side of the field is going to rule that, I think, a first down. And Juniata is going to call timeout with 54 seconds remaining.
For an Indians first down.
Just enough for the first down by about the length of the football, something like
Ball
that.
on the upper Dauphin,
Snook diving ahead
line.
with it. Got it down to the 39, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Indians on the UDA 39. 54 seconds remaining in the first half. Okay, here we go. 1st and 10 from the 39. Pitches back over here. They're going to look at the option pass. It's way downfield. Man down there, overthrown. Intended out there for number 86.
Intended for Rich Lowry.
Rich Lowry. And it goes as an incompletion as he overthrew him. Coverage back there by Shadle and Lentz. And also Gene Rickard, I think, might have been back there also covering on the play. But Shadle and Lentz, the 2 deep backs, on that little halfback option again. They tried to find that Lowry open and just overthrew everybody. 48 seconds remaining. Clock stopped now. Marshall with it. He's got it. He's going to pass it again. He rolls back over here, dumps it off to Snook. Snook evades 1 tackle. Now he runs into another guy, and he's finally stopped over there by number 34, Gene Rickard.
34, Rickard on the tackle.
Comes up and makes the stop. Snook on the completion. Gains about 2 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and about 8. The ball at the 37-yard line. Snook gonna pass it again, I think. Drops straight back. Fires one down into the end zone area. It is incomplete. Intended this time for number 33, Ziders. Jeff Lentz defending on the play down there for UDA. And it'll bring up a 4th down and 8 for Juniata with just 9 seconds remaining here in the first half. So the Indians will send everybody out for a pass, right? See what happens here now. Marshall, nope, pitches it over there to number 23, and he dives ahead down to the 27 or so yard line, and timeout called immediately by the Indians. So they very alertly, only had 9 seconds to go when they ran the play. Snook took it down to the 27-yard line, immediately called timeout. That was enough for a first down. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Indians on their 27-yard line with just 3 seconds remaining. So this would probably be the last play of the first half. Both teams scoring a TD in the first half, and the Indians now adding that elusive extra point to their score, giving them 7 to give a 7-6 lead. Trojans still looking for that extra point this year. So we got 3 seconds remaining here after the Juniata timeout. Okay, here we go with what should be the final play of the first half. Hamilton sends a man over this way. He's going to go back. He's looking over on the left side. As the horn sounds, the half is over. And the play goes as an incompleted pass. Marshall, not Hamilton.
And that'll bring up
Marshall, at any rate, it's halftime now. So the Trojans in yet another struggle as the Juniata Indians lead the UDA Trojans by 1, 7-6 at the end of the first half. We'll be back with the second half action in just one moment. Well, the co-captains are meeting at midfield now as we get set to begin the second half of play in this 7-6 thriller here in Mifflintown. Trojans will receive the kickoff to begin the second half of play. So see if the Trojans can continue the offense out here now. And we'll be set to go with that second half opening kick in just 1 second. Siders tees it up on his own 40-yard line now as the Indians get set to kick off. Deep for the Trojans will be Rickard and Ayers. Ayers will be the near side receiver for UDA. So Siders has it teed up and we're set to go. Trojans need a little more offense in this half as we trail by 1, 7-6. Looks like we're set, so here comes Siders with the kick. Nice kick. Going to be taken over here by Todd Ayers at the 12. Todd rambling along up here now, runs into some opposition at about the 32-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Trojans at the UDA 32.
Brings it back to the 33-yard line where it'll be 1st and 10.
Ayers back there again for UDA now, along with Rickard and Rich Shadle at the QB spot. See if we can get something going early here now for the Trojans, as I think another score here would soften up these Indians. They've been playing the Trojans tough here during the first half. Rickard in motion, pitches over on that side to Ayers, going to try to turn the left side. Todd's got some yardage out here now to nearly the 40-yard line. They stop him at about the 38. Nice gain that time by Todd, who had nice gains during the first half of play. This time Todd runs this one out for about 7. It'll be 2nd down and 3.
Brings up 2nd down and 4.
Ball on at 39-yard line.
39-yard line.
So here we go. Wetzel, the flanker on the near side of the field for the Trojans. In motion goes Undercuffler. Second man with the ball is Rickard. And Gene dives ahead for nearly a 1st down out to about the 43-yard line. It'll be so close they may have to measure it. We'll see. The referee's going to take a look at it here now, and it is very close to a 1st down. Let's see. I think they will measure this one. Yep, this one's just a little too close to call, so they're going to have a measurement.
Timeout for a measurement.
Gene dove ahead that time for about 3. From here, it looks as though it will be very close. In fact, he may have made it, but we'll see here in just a moment. Yep, made it by the length of the football. So it's a 1st down for UDA on their first try at it here. So the Trojans have the ball now, 1st and 10 at the Juniata 43-yard line. Early going here, we played a minute and a half in the 3rd period. So the Trojans now see if we can continue this march all the way. Rickard and Ayers in the backfield. Quarterback still got it. Shadle looking deep. Passes one out here. He's got a man there. It's going to be caught and taken in for the TD by Chip Wetzel. I think it is. It is. Chip Wetzel gathers that one in from the 43-yard line. So we're talking about a 57-yard touchdown. Finally, a beautiful pass that time by Shadle to Chip Wetzel. Wetzel been quiet all night. Brings that one in for about 57 yards. Good job that time. Shadle to Wetzel. All right. Trojans lead now 12-7, and they will attempt an extra point again of some kind or another. A lot of people leaving the squad now as the Trojans will attempt to, well, now what are they going to do? Not sure. And a lot of milling around down here. Officials have called time as we have 2 officials conferring down here on something. Now I'm Not sure what it is, but at any rate, the time clock may be a little screwy again. I'm not sure. Shows 9:29 remaining, and I really must admit I did not catch the time when the touchdown occurred, but at any rate, looked to me like a 57-yard attempt, or try, from Shadle to Wetzel. Here's the extra point try. This time they bang it into the line. Rickert trying to get in there, and he will not make it. He is stopped right at about the 1. So the Trojans still unable to get any kind of extra point. But the Trojans now take the lead by 5, 12-7 with 9:29 remaining in period number 3. And again, a conference here, and they are kind of eyeing the clock. So I'm not really sure exactly what this means, but at any rate, Trojans have scored on a 57-yard scoring bomb from Richie Shadle to Chip Wetzel. Good job. So UDA will now tee it up out at the 40-yard line. Gene Rickert will be teeing it up here as soon as the ball gets back up from the officials, who have been conferring back here, and not sure now. There is a problem, I think, with the clock, as the official, if I can find him here, there he is, conferring with the Juniata coach, head coach down here, and they do keep referring to the clock, pointing at the clock. So apparently there is some kind of a problem. Not really sure what it is, but at any rate, they'll get it resolved, and we'll be back. Trojans up 12-7. Okay, they're motioning up here to the clock persons. Ten seconds. Apparently they let it run after the touchdown. I think that's what may have happened before. Okay. Now they've got it up to 10 minutes and 29 seconds. 10:29 is apparently when the score occurred. So Trojans now up 12-7 with 10:29 remaining. They score with 10:29 remaining in the third period. Gene Rickert will kick off for the Trojans. Ball set up at the 40-yard line. Gene's not had a great night kicking off. On 2 prior kickoffs, he has kicked the ball out of bounds and was penalized both times. So let's see if Gene's got that straightened out. There's no wind, so there are no factors other than Gene's foot to contend with here. Here's a nice kick right down the middle, going to be taken at about the 12 or 15-yard line. And here comes Snook with it, I believe it is, and Snook runs it all the way back to the 40-yard line. Snook really doing a job out here for these Indians tonight. Can't ask any more from that young lad, and he runs it back from about the 15-yard line out to the 41. It'll be 1st and 10 there for the Indians. Indians for the first time on offense here in the second half. Marshall at the quarterback spot. He pitches it back over here for Snook. He's going to try to turn this left side. He's still on his feet. Now he's finally knocked down by a bunch of Trojans in there. Number 42, Rich Kerwin, coming up here with a bunch of other people. Todd Ayers, Richie Shadle, and they're going to try to help Snook up. There's number 83 in there for UDA also on that stop. That's Jason Mahoney. Gain of about a tough 2 that time. It'll be 2nd down and 8. Marshall setting them up. This time it is 33, Siders, going around the right side, and he is going to be thrown out of bounds at about the Trojan 49-yard line, somewhere in that neighborhood. It is going to be enough for the first down, I do believe, as he got it into Trojan territory. Yes, it's a first down for Siders and his Juniata Indians.
Yards is good enough for first down, Indians.
So the Trojan defense called upon again here now, as these Indians just keep coming at them. They're at the 49-yard line of UDA. Playing practically right in front of us here. Motion goes Siders. Now he sets up over on the right side. Handoff here is to Snook, and he dives down to the 46-yard line. Gain of about 3 on the play.
Snook on the carry.
It'll be 2nd down and 7.
Good for a pickup of 3.
Ball driven down to the UDA 46.
Number 72, Brian Mace on the tackle.
Brian Mace, the big left tackle in there for the Trojans, making the stop. Gain of about 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. This time the quarterback goes back to pass. Rolling, tries to dump one over this way, throws it incomplete. It was intended for Bell, but it was thrown very short. Kerry Wiest over here on the
pass from Marshall to
pass defense, but ball was uncatchable.
3rd down and 7.
Marshall threw the ball probably 3 or 4 yards short. So it'll be a 3rd and 7 now with 8:47 remaining in the 3rd period. Clock is stopped with the incompletion. Trojans up 12-7. Flanker comes out on the near side of the field now, and it's 3rd and 7 for Juniata. Motion over this way by Snook. Marshall looking, fires one over on the far side. It's tipped up in the air, in and out of the hands of the intended receiver over there, number 86, Lowry, as Rich Shadle was defending on the play, and it goes as an incompletion. Rickard also over there making the defensive play for the Indians, and so it'll bring up a 4th and 7, and the ball at the 46-yard line. So this time Bell will punt away. This will be the first punt of the night for either team, I do believe. Bell standing back at his own 40-yard line. High snap. Wow, he handles it well and gets the kick off. But boy, here's a man for the Trojans trying to catch it in a crowd. It's Jeff Lentz. And Lentz probably made a mistake that time as he came up to make the catch in a crowd. The ball was fumbled by Jeff, and the Indians have recovered the ball on the Trojan 24-yard line. 1st and 10, the Indians. So there's a big break for these Juniata Indians.
24-yard line.
As the ball was dropped out there and muffed by somebody. I think it might have been Jeff, maybe not, I'm not sure. But at any rate, 1st and 10, Juniata on the Trojan 24. So Marshall goes right back to work here now for his Indians. Schnook in motion this way. Here goes Bell with it. Bell trying to turn the left side. He is tackled out there by several Trojans. Comes over the left side here. Gets a couple yards down to the 20. Picked up 4.
Back up on number 85, Troy Klinger.
Troy Klinger coming up to make the stop for UDA, but after he gained 4, it'll be 2nd down and 6. Ball right on the 20-yard line.
Ball on the Upper Dauphin 20-yard line.
Marshall hands off here, and there goes that Bell over the 20 to the 17.
Bell, the ball carrier.
He's gained about 2 more. Looks like they'll spot it at the 17-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 4, a long 3.
Brings up 3rd down.
And timeout now is going to be called. Official timeout. We have a man with an equipment problem out here. So it'll be a equipment timeout. They're going to allow number 65 to come off here and get a little repair. It'll be 3rd down and a big 4 yards to go for the Indians. The ball is on the 17-yard line of Upper Dauphin. Trojans up by 5, 12-7. Clock moving here now, and now timeout's going to be called by the Juniata Indians. I think they'd like to get number 65 repaired over here and get him back into the ball game. I believe they want to use him in there, so they're going to get him some equipment repair and send him back in. And so we'll be right back after the Indian timeout. 7:16 remaining in period 3. Trojans up by 5, 12-7. Back after this Indian timeout. Coach Clauser leaves the defensive huddle for the Trojans, having given the boys a defensive plan here, I guess. So we'll see what happens now on a big 3rd down and 4. Marshall setting him up. Pitches over here to Snook. Snook's got the 1st down as he dives down to the 15-yard line. It'll be awfully close if it isn't a 1st down. It's going to be very, very close to the 1st down. Looks like he had it from here. Perhaps not. Let's see.
Good for a gain of 5 and a Juniata
first down. First down, and the ball now on the Upper Dauphin 13-yard line. So the Trojans really have got to dig in here now. First and 10 from the 13.
Ball on the Upper Dauphin.
Juniata Indians really digging hard here and giving the Trojans all kinds of fits. So here we go. Marshall handing it off here to Snook. Snook is tackled immediately by number 31, Kerry Wiest. Comes up and makes a nice stop. Not much gain on that play, maybe a yard.
On the play by number 31,
It's second down and 9. Wiest making the stop for UDA.
Gain of 1.
Nice job that time by Kerry. Brings up a second and 9. Ball now to 12. Marshall sets him up, pitches back here to Snook. Snook following some blocking, gets a couple as he gets inside the
Snook again, the ball carrier.
10, I believe, or near the 10 anyway. Gonna spot it on
By
the
72, Brian Mace.
Looks like it's right on the 10. Picked up 2. It'll be third down and 7. Third and 7, the ball on the 10-yard line. Trojans got to get tough here now. This would be a good spot to hold them. Marshall hands it off. Coming around this way here is Siders, and Siders does not turn it as he is tackled out there by Brian Bellis on a really nice tackle right around the 11-yard line. So not much gain on that play. It's going to bring up a big fourth down play now. As a matter of fact, he lost a yard.
Tackle for loss.
So it'll be fourth down and 8. So if the Trojans can hold them here now, that would be just super. Brian Bellis coming up and making a tremendous defensive play that time for UDA. Excellent defensive play by Bellis. Okay, it's a fourth down and 8. Ball at about the 12. Still has it, rolling over to the far side. Passes it down near the goal line, and it's a touchdown. A pass to the goal line for the touchdown. I think Snook was the receiver.
Pass to Marshall.
I'm not sure. It's either he or 88. Todd Snook makes the touchdown reception for Juniata, and that gives the Indians the lead again now, 13-12 with 4:52 remaining in the third period.
On for the Indians for the point after.
What a good football game here this evening. Wow, these two teams really playing some kind of neat football. Okay, here's the snap for the extra point try. Kick is up. The kick is good. And so we've got a 12-14 game.
Score,
Juniata 14 and UDA 12. There's your score with 4:52 remaining in quarter number 3. Trojans now trailing by 2, 14-12. Be right back with the Juniata Indian kickoff in just 1 second. Trojan defense just not able to stop these Indians. Every now and then we have a good play, but there they had that pass coming out right over the middle.
Number 22
from
34 record.
Marshall to Snook, and he hit him down at about the 1. He struggled into the end zone, so it's a 2-point deficit now for the Trojans. Indians up 14-12. Once again, Ayers and Rickard back to receive this kick. Here's Siders with it. Nice kick, gonna go over to the far side. This time it's Justin Adams, picks it off over there about the 22-yard line. Justin's coming up the middle and is tackled now at the 35-yard line.
Number 16, Justin Adams.
So Adams returns the ball about 11 yards or so.
First down and 10.
Maybe 15 yards, whatever it was. At any rate, the ball spotted now at the 35-yard line. First and 10 UDA. Trojans marched all the way last time. Well, actually, didn't march very far. They went the aerial route for about a 57-yard pass play last time. Here comes Ritchie with it. He's going to swing around this side. He's tackled after the gain of only about 2 or so. Out here to the 30, well, they spotted the 39-yard line, picked up 3.
Behind by number 64,
It'll be second down and long 7. Ball spotted nearly at the 39-yard line. We'll call it the 38, however. Chip Wetzel, the man who received the touchdown pass last time as a flanker on the near side of the field. Here goes Shadle. He hands it off here to Todd Ayers. Todd's got a couple as he drives ahead here to the 42-yard line, 43-yard line. Todd picks up about 3 on the play. It'll bring up a 3rd and 4.
Good for a gain of about 3.
Ball rushed out here now to the 43-yard line. So the Trojans with a big 3rd and 4 staring at them here now. We want to keep this thing going here. Here's Shadle with it. Rich has got it, pitches it back, rolls it right by a Trojan, and it looks as though the Indians have recovered it. 15 Marshall, the quarterback for the Indians, has recovered that pitch, and that time Rich was being hit as he pitched it back to Rickert and passed it back over Rickert's head. Gene had no chance to get that one, and the ball is recovered by Marshall of the Juniata Indians. So a big break here for Juniata now as they got the ball on the Trojan 28-yard line, 1st and 10. With 3 minutes remaining in the 3rd period. They lead by 2, 14-12. Here's Marshall, hands it off here to Snook. Snook dives down to the 25-yard line.
Number 23 still going to carry.
And he picks up a couple there, about 3 anyway. And it'll be 2nd down and 7.
Done in the play.
Ball now at the 25-yard line of UDA.
Good for a gain of 3. Brings up 2nd down and 7.
2nd and 7 now for the Indians. Marshall hands it off to Snook again. He gets maybe 2 more. Dives down to the 23-yard line.
23 still going to carry.
Picked up about 2. It'll be 3rd down and 4. Ball now at the 23-yard line.
Brent Bell.
Bell out there making a stop for UDA, and we have a UDA player down. This time it is number 34, Gene Rickert. Looks like he might have pulled a Charlie horse or something out there. Anyway, Gene down temporarily, and we'll have a timeout here while Coach Wirtz administers to him with 2:06 remaining in period 3. And the Juniata Indians have the ball on the Trojan 23-yard line. They'll be looking at a 3rd and about 5 when we come back. 3rd and 5 play coming up here now as Gene walks off under his own power. I think he might have just pulled a Charlie horse or got a bruised leg, maybe, whatever. Anyway, here is Snook with it again. And let's see. Snook is tackled out there. Looks like Mace might have made the hit on him. It's going to bring a 4th down as he gained only a couple of yards that time. It'll bring up a 4th and a long 2. Mace making the stop for UDA.
4th down and 2.
As Siders checks out of the ball game now, and Hood goes in for the Indians on this very, very important 4th and 2. See if we can hold them here now. Marshall setting them up here from the 22-yard line. Hands off there to Bell, and Bell pops ahead for what could be the 1st down. It looks like it may have been. It's going to be awful close if it wasn't. We'll have to see where they spot it.
The interior of the upper Dauphin line.
If they spot it where they spotted it now, I don't believe he made it. They're going to call time and measure it, but from here it looks like it could be just short. Hard to tell. We'll see. Looks like the length of the ball short. What do you say? It is about the length of the ball short, so it'll be 1st down Upper Dauphin as the Trojans have held. Wow. Big one that time with 1 minute and 9 seconds remaining here in the 3rd period. The Trojans have held these Indians right on the UDA 20 or 18-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10, UDA now on their own 18. They'll have 1 minute and 5 seconds remaining here in the 3rd period to work with. They're trailing by 2. Shadle with Ayers and Rickert in the backfield. Here's Todd Ayers with it. Ayers runs into the line and runs into number 86 among others, and he is stopped almost immediately. No gain on that play. May have gotten back to the line of scrimmage and maybe not. Might have lost a yard on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 11 Todd that time could not get it going. So the ball now will be spotted back at the 18-yard line. 2nd and 11. Adams and Wetzel, the flankers on the near side of the field for the Trojans. Here's Shadle. He pitches it back this time now to Gene Rickert, and he is smothered back there in the backfield. Loss of another yard or so on the play. It'll be
Gene Rickert on the
spotted at the 22 or at the 17-yard line. So the Trojans going in reverse here right now as the Indians come up with another good defensive play, and it'll bring a 3rd and 12 up now for the Trojans. As that's going to end period number 3. So we've played 3/4 of the ball game, and we have a 2-point ball game here now with the Trojans trailing by 2, 14-12. Here we go with 12 minutes to play. The Trojans will have the ball, but it'll be a 3rd down and about 12. Ball at their own 17-yard line, so not good field position here. Trojans going to have to come up with a big one to begin this 4th and final period of play. Trojans look as though they could have the answer to this Indian team at times, but it's just been a struggle. No doubt about that. On the 3rd down play here now, they have Jeff Lentz in there. He'll line up as a tight end more than likely, and will be a potential receiver for QB Rich Shadle. Set to go here in just a second. Here we go. Wetzel the flanker on the far side of the field. Lentz in at tight end on the near side of the field. Shadle tucks it away, drops back, looking over the middle. He's got a man out here, but it's going to be in and out of the hands of Jeff Lentz, and also knocked down out there by Marshall.
Ball's incomplete.
And that's going to make the Trojans punt the ball for the very first time tonight. And into the ball game will go Jason Undercuffler, I imagine, as the punter. I'm not really sure. It's going to bring up a 4th and 12 from the 17-yard line. So, yeah, Jason Undercuffler with his first punt of the ball game. Comes with 11:53 remaining in the ball game, and now the Trojans are going to call timeout. I don't know if we don't have enough. Yeah, I don't think we had enough players on the field, and lad jogging in over here now as the Trojans are caught with only 10 on the field, and so they're forced to take a timeout. 11:53 remaining. Trojans down by 2, and they're going to give the ball back to the Indians. Be right back. Okay, set to go. We'll see if Jason can get a good punt off here now. He'll be standing back at his own 3-yard line when he takes this snap. Nice snap. And a high punt, but not too deep. Gonna hit out here and then takes a Indian roll yet, and it's gonna be down at the 27-yard line. So, wow. Trojans immediately in trouble defensively as the Indians are given excellent field position here at the UDA 27. The 1st and 10. Trojans can ill afford to let the Juniata Indians score any more this evening.
1st down and 10 Indians.
Trojans trailing by 2. We're down to 11:39. And of course the clock goes like crazy in the 4th period when you're trailing. So let's see what happens. Here's Hamilton, or Marshall setting him up, gives it ahead to Snook, and Snook powers his way down to the 18-yard line. Darn close to a 1st down on the first run that time.
Number 20, Dennis Flanker on the
Or no, that was not Snook that time. That was Bell.
43, Greg Bell on the carry, good for a gain of 9 yards.
Bell picks up 9. It'll be 2nd down and 1. That Indian center, that Indian line doing a job tonight, opening up those holes for that Snook and Bell. Here's a handoff. This time it is, let's see.
43, Bell again on the carry.
Bell, was it? Yeah, it was.
About 4.
Got about 4 more. It'll be a 1st down now as the Indians drive it down to the 16-yard line. So the Trojans in big trouble again here now. The ball 1st and 10 on their own 16.
5, 10, 15.
Yep, so Trojans really have their work cut out for them now on defense. They need to stop them here. Back over here comes to Snooks. Snooks down to the 10, dives to the 9. Gain of about 7 on the play.
23, Snook on a carry.
Gets it down to the 9. It'll be second down and
For a gain of about 7.
3. As a ball at the 9-yard line.
Tackle by number 73, Matt Raybuck.
10 minutes and
Second and 4
9 seconds remaining. Clock moving.
Ball on the upper Dauphin 9-yard
Raybuck
line.
making the stop for the Trojans that time. Ball on the 9. Here goes Snook again, down to the 4. Stopped in there by
Down to the upper Dauphin 4. First down,
Ayers
Indians.
and 73. It's going to be a first and goal to go now from the 4-yard line for the Indians of Juniata. It's going to be a tough job here to hold these Indians out. Now on a first and goal from the 4. Handoff is to Bell. He dives down to maybe the 2.
On the carry.
Did not get in. So it'll be a second and goal from about the 2.
Gain of 2 on the carry. Brings up second down and 3 for the Indians.
Marshall sets him up, and now if something happened here, and time
Play.
called momentarily. I think you're going to have some motion called this time against the Indians. Illegal procedure against the Indians, so that'll help the Trojan cause here now as it moves the ball back to the 7-yard line. It'll be
to the 7-yard line.
second down and goal from the 7 with 9 minutes remaining. We're inside of 9 now.
Second and 7 for the Indians.
Second down and 7. Pitch back here to Snook, and he gets to the line of scrimmage, and that's about all. Maybe a yard. Might have taken it down to the 6. Mason there helping to make the stop that time along with Gene Rickard for UDA. And he got it to the 6. He gained 1. So it'll be third down and 6. So I'll see if the Trojans can hold him here. Man, that would be super. We've got 8:23 remaining. And here we go. Going to try the other side this time here. He's rolling with it. Got a good pursuit there and a good tackle made as coming up from his defensive end position is number 62. And I think that might be Phillips.
Marshall on the carry.
Wow, good job that time. Sacked him all the way back to the 12-yard, 13-yard line. So it'll be a fourth down and 13. Dennis Bingaman, Sport Bingaman on the stop that time. Good job that time. Brings up a big fourth down play here now for the Indians. He's good looking to pass again. Getting a good rush. Looked like a clip. Anyway, he passes it, and it is intercepted, I think, by the Trojans, number 42, Rich Kerwin. But there is a flag on the play back here, and we'll have to see who the flag is against. It looked to me like there could have been easily a clip called on the Indians, but let's see what it is. It is a clip, yeah. We did call it correctly that time. Clipping against Juniata. Even though the ball was intercepted, the Trojans will more than likely take the... Well, wait, let's see what they will do now. The ball is spotted at the 11-yard line. It would be UDA ball because Rich had intercepted the pass, I do believe. So let's see. Trojans would presumably then get the ball on the 11, and I think it will be refused. Clipping against Juniata would almost naturally be refused as the Trojans will have the ball without giving the Indians another chance. So we've got a barn burner here going with 7:29 remaining in the football game. The Trojans will take over now on their own 11. So if they ever needed to get a drive together, this is it. Timeout's going to be called by the Indians of Juniata. So the Trojans must get it going here now. We've got 7:29 remaining, and the Trojans will have the ball 1st and 10 on their own 11-yard line. So we've got 89 yards to put a drive together here and get back into the ball game. They trail by 2, 14-12. Be right back. Okay, UDA with their first crack at it here now. Here's a handoff, and up the middle goes Todd Ayers. Or was it Gene Rickert? Let's check that out here once. Might have been Rickert. Let's see. Yep, it was Gene.
34, Rickert.
He dives ahead to the 16-yard line, gain of about 5. So it'll be 2nd down and 5. Nice run that time by Gene. Driving it out here. Trojans need to grind one out here now. We've got 7:05 remaining. Here's another handoff, and going up the middle for a few more is Rickert.
Rickert again.
He drives it out this time to the 21-yard line. That's another gain of 5 or 6, so it'll be a 1st down for the Trojans. 1st and 10, UDA. No, I'm sorry. They spot it back at the 20, so it's actually 3rd and 1. Gene did not make the 1st down. I thought he had, but they moved it back a little bit.
21-yard line.
So it'll be 3rd and 1. Ball is at the 21-yard line, so we need to open one up here now. Get a 1st down and grind it out. 6 minutes, 25 seconds remaining in the ball game. Setting them up now. Here's a handoff, and coming around this side. Hang on to that football. Nope, it rolls out of bounds, as I thought Gene was about ready to lose the darn thing, and he did. But it rolled out of bounds, and it'll be UDA ball. Now we have a discussion or something going on out here. I'm not sure what happened. At any rate, it's going to be a 1st down for the Trojans, but wow, very close that time as Gene lost the handle on that one. Kerry Wiest in the ball game for UDA now. As the ball will be out at the 25-yard line, 6 minutes and 15 seconds. The clock had stopped with the ball going out of play. So Shadle sets him up. Here's Rich. He hands it off over here, and going for almost no gain is number 22, Todd Ayers, as Todd tried to turn the left side, and there was not much there. He was met almost immediately by 3 of these red-clad Indians.
41 quarter for the Indians.
5 minutes, 55 seconds remaining.
No gain on the play.
No gain that time. It'll be 2nd down and 10. So the Trojans wasted one there, as it turns out. Clock up there in the corner, you can plainly see, is ticking them off here now against the Trojans. We need to go 89 yards on this drive. Here's Shadle. He's going to roll out on the right side. He's got some blocking out there this time, but he runs into a good gang of Indians over there, 64, 66, and 68, something like that. Boy, oh boy, all of a sudden they come up and made a good stop on him after no gain. So Rich got back to the line of scrimmage, and that was it. So it brings up a big 3rd and 10 now. And timeout again going to be called here now by Upper Dauphin as Coach Hain comes onto the field here and tries to solve this offensive problem that the Trojans find themselves in. We have just 5:08 remaining, but more importantly, the Trojans must maintain possession here, and they're faced with a 3rd and 10. So be right back here after we see if we can figure out a good 3rd and 10 play here. Need 10 quick ones. Okay, one of the biggest plays of the ball game coming up here now, possibly the biggest play of the game coming up for the Trojans as they're faced with a 3rd and 10. Shadle dropping back, looking, firing one over the middle is incomplete. I'm not sure if it was intended, I guess, out here for 15, Jeff Lentz, but it was underthrown by a couple of yards, and so it'll bring up a 4th down and 10 now. With just 5:03, it stops the clock, and Undercuffler will go back to punt for UDA. Indians will have to be aware of the possible fake, I suppose. Here's the snap, and a nice punt this time. Going to come out here and bound around and take a good UDA roll and be downed back here at the 30-yard line. So a nice punt by Jason Undercuffler that time. Decent, real nice punt, gets a good roll. So the Juniata Indians will take over now with 4 minutes and 53 seconds remaining, and they have that scant 2-point lead, 14-12. Clock moving. Very interesting ball game, but again, the Trojan inability to get those extra points is really putting the hurts on the boys. Here we go. Pitch back over here to number 23, Snook, and he got a yard or two out to the 32, and that's all. It'll bring up a second down and 8.
Snook on the carry.
4:20 remaining here in the ball game.
Number 12.
Trojans need to get the ball back in a hurry. Richie Shadle credited with the stop that time for UDA. And here we go. Second down and 8. Handoff this time going up the middle is Bell. And he got a couple more yards as he gets out to the 36-yard line. Picked up about 4 or 5. And we got a man down out here now for the Indians. At any rate, it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 2. Ball is going to be spotted at the 38-yard line, so it'll be 3rd and 2. Be right back. Okay, a big important 3rd and long 1 for the Indians now. Handoff is to Snook. He's got 1 and enough. He's got the first down as he dives out to the 42. And that is a first down. And now we've got 3 minutes and 37 seconds remaining in the ball game. Timeout going to be called. I think it's an injury timeout. Yep. Snook, who has played one heck of a super football game, will come limping off for the Indians, but this kid has really hurt the Trojans tonight. And he's just slightly injured. At any rate, it's 1st and 10 now. The clock is moving. Got 3.5 minutes remaining. Can the Trojans get the ball back? That's the question. Here goes a man up the middle. This is number 33, Siders, I think. He's got a couple of yards, maybe 2. It'll be out at the 45-yard line. Bring up a second down and 8.
For gain of 2.
Down to 3 minutes and 9 seconds, so we'll be inside of 3 minutes when this play is run.
Second down and 8 for the Indians on their own 45-yard line.
2 minutes, 55 seconds remaining in the ball game. Ball on the Indian 45. Here's a handoff to Siders again. This time he slips down. Tackle will be credited to Denny Lanker, but Siders actually slipped in the backfield. Loss of a yard. It'll be 3rd down and 9. 2 minutes, 30 seconds. 2.5 minutes remaining now. Big 3rd down coming up here for the Trojans. We need to stop them right here if we hope at all to get this football back again. 3rd down and 9, the ball on the 43-yard line. Trojans must make the stop right here now. Get that ball back. Marshall sets him up. Motion over to this side. Handoff and tackled immediately in there by number 72 and number 22, Todd Ayers.
Ball given to number 43.
Ayers and Mace coming up there and making the stop on Bell, and that's going to give the Trojans the ball back, and timeout's going to be called now by UDA. So the Trojans with a chance. They got 1 minute, 57 seconds when they get the ball back here now. 1:57 remaining in the ball game, and the UDA will have a shot at it the way it looks. It's a 4th down coming up here. Trojans sideline just not a happy bunch here right at the moment as Coach Klauser in here to speak to the boys now. Let them know how we're going to play this. Timeout was called by the Trojans. I don't know how many timeouts they may have left. They used one early in the ball game when they went for a punt and didn't have enough men on the field, so they wasted one there. And possibly this would be either their last or next to the last timeout. 1:57 remaining. Back to punt is number 11 for the Indians. Back to receive, single man deep for the Trojans is Jeff Lentz. Here's the snap, a decent snap. Here's the kick. Going to go over on the far side there and be taken by a Trojan, and he is down immediately. as it looks like it was number 86, Bellis.
86 Bellis.
Picked it off for UDA, and that gives the Trojans the football with 1:50 remaining here now in the ball game. The ball at the 33-yard line. So the Trojans have got 67 yards to go
Ball in the upper Dauphin, 33
in
yard line.
about 1:40 seconds. So we're going to have to pass here. They're going to have to get a little more quick at calling the plays even. All right, they're going to have to do everything in a hurry. Down to 1.5 remaining. Tight end is Lentz again. Look for him for a passing situation. Here's a little bit of a mix-up in the backfield. And a long pass downfield here. It's going to be hauled in by no one. Or is it? Yes, it is. It's intercepted, so that's going to do it. And the Trojans would appear as though they're going to take another one on the chin here, this time to the 0-3 Juniata Indians. Long pass. Lentz was out there, battled for it with number 33, I think, of the Indians. At any rate, intercepted, and so that will just about put the end of it for the Trojans tonight. Again, the extra points being a big factor in the ball game. Ball on the 27-yard line, and first play flag's going to be thrown now. This will cost the Trojans 15, I think, as they're going to call the Trojans for piling on here now. Boys really getting upset, and this will go against UDA, I'm pretty sure. Personal foul against the Trojans, so that'll just march them back 15 more. But at any rate, there's only 54 seconds remaining, so frustration showing just a little bit now on the UDA ball club, and I guess understandably so. 1st and 10 for Juniata, the ball out at the 43-yard line. This is getting uglier every week here now, somehow or another, as the Trojans struggle to stay in the ball game, but are going to come up on the short end once again. And here they go again now as they simply drop down. I guess the Trojans maybe with a timeout, maybe not, I'm not sure. At any rate, we're down to 30 seconds, so that will be just about all she wrote. The Indians will have to run one more play, but that'll do it. Trojan record will go to 1-2-1, and they will try to do it again next week, or this coming Friday, at home against the Halifax Wildcats, which is not going to be an easy chore for UDA either. So we're down to 5 seconds, 4 seconds. They do not need to run another play, so that's going to do it. Final score tonight is the Juniata Indians picking up their very first win of the season as they nip the Trojans tonight 14-12. And we'll try it again on Friday night, so that's about going to do it here. Again, Trojans with a disappointing effort here as they come up short by 2, 14-12. Okay.